you see here, we're going to be in the 4-6 defensive playbook, and we're going to be going against the Las Vegas Raiders offensive playbook, because that's honestly probably the most popular playbook in the game. They have a lot of really good formations in it, and we're going to go over our setups against a lot of really meta plays. So let's hop right into this. We're going against the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to be the Green Bay Packers. Teams don't really matter that much, but Jair Alexander does have deep route KO, which is going to be a staple in our offense, so we at least have one corner that can simulate what would happen in a MUT game. Now, a little disclaimer. Since this is practice mode on all Madden, it might not be exactly the same thing that you're going to see in the actual game mode, but we're going to go over the same setups that I'm going to use against meta plays, and just realize it's going to play a lot different in MUT. If it doesn't happen the way we want it to every time in practice mode, just realize that's just because it's practice mode, and practice mode plays a lot different than Ultimate Team actually does, like weekend league, head-to-head seasons, that kind of thing. Anyways, let's hop right into this. Alright boys, first thing we're going to do here is we're going to come out in 3-3-5, and we're going to want our best pass rushers right here, so we're going to put Zadarius Smith here, and we're going to put... Let's put Rashawn Gary there. We're going to have Kenny Clark in the middle. And right here, very important, you're going to want two free safeties or strong safety. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and put Black here. And we're going to put... Let's put Davis here. And then we're going to have... We need a user. Let's just put Scott in there just because. Doesn't really matter. We just need a safety here, somebody fast that we can user. We're going to set our audibles. Our first audible is going to be our... Square audible, and that is going to be Tampa 2. Our L1 audible is going to be Mike Blitz 3, and our R1 audible is going to be Cover 4 Show 2. And against meta plays, we are going to set our flats on 15 and our curl flats on 30. Now, you can change this up depending on the formations that you're running against. I like to have this specific setup against bunch, trips, and bunch tight end. Any kind of trip set, I like to have my flats on 15 and my curls on 30, and you'll see why later. And against any bunch set, I like to have my flats on 15 and my curls on 30 as well. The 30-yard curls are going to guard those deep crossers pretty well, and the 15-yard flats are going to guard pretty much any kind of in route, out route, or corner route that your opponent puts on the field. Your job is going to be to user the center of the field, and we're going to see a lot of our setups here. We're going to come out in man coverage most of the time. I am going to show you some blitzes and everything that I use out of zone, but man is going to be our primary play call, so we're going to be calling Mike Blitz 0 a lot. Alright guys, we went over how to set our personnel and everything, so now we're going to go over the basics. We're going to come out in nickel 3-3-5 normal, cover 2 man, and we're going to go up against bunch tight end, which is going to be one of the most meta formations in the game. PA boot over is going to be the most meta play in the game. So we're going to select PA boot over, and what we're going to do here, we're going to go over the basics, is we're going to hit square, and then we're going to hit left on the D-pad. That's going to take us to 3-3-5 wide. We're going to hit triangle. That's going to take us to Mike Blitz 0. We're going to press, which is going to be triangle, and then down on the left stick. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to move this guy, this safety, right over the guy that he's manned up to. We're going to do this in any formation they come out, and if the guy is manned up right here with this safety, we're going to move him down to the line of scrimmage. That way he plays better man coverage. Our next adjustments are we're going to double tap right on the D-pad, and that's going to bring up our linebackers. Here we're going to hit square, and then we're going to hit left on the left stick. That's going to put him in a hard flat. And then we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to hit X here, and then we're going to hit right on the left stick, and that's going to put him in a curl flat. And the reason that we have two different zone drops on this side of the field is this hard flat over here. If anybody runs any kind of corner route or anything like that, that is going to take that away. We're going to shade our coverage, which is going to be triangle. We're going to hit triangle again. We're going to shade over the top, which is going to be up on the right stick, and then we're going to shade inside, which is going to be left on the right stick. Then we're going to put our defensive tackle in a spy here, and since we know that the running back is not going on a route, we can either blitz this guy or we can zone him out. Now, if they are sending the running back on a route frequently, you don't want to do that because you want to make sure the running back's manned up. That way you can use her other areas of the field and you don't have to use her the running back. If you want to, if they're not sending this guy out on a route, you can put him on an inside third, which is going to be left on the left stick once you click the player, or you can put him in inside quarter, which is going to be right on the right stick. You can put him in a hook curl, left on the left stick, or you can put him in a deep half, which is going to be up on the left stick. Now, what I like here against PA Bootover specifically is an inside quarter. That inside quarter is going to play that deep deep post pretty well. It's also going to run with the crosser a little bit if we bring it down here. This curl flat is going to take away that crosser completely. It's not going to get over the crosser, and our job is to use her in the middle of the field. As we saw there, we got quick snap by the computer, but you guys get the gist of this. Let's go over this coverage setup. Again, this is a full coverage setup. We're going to go over this one more time. We're going to bring this guy down. We're going to zone out this guy in a hard flat. We're going to zone out this guy in a curl flat. We're going to spy our D tackle, which is going to be double tap left on the D-pad. It's going to bring up the D tackle icons. We're going to hit triangle, and then we're going to hit left on the right stick. And eventually you guys will get this quick adjustments down really quick. As you guys are going to see in the game, I do this extremely fast. It's going to be muscle memory as soon as you guys have some repetitions in this. I'm going to put this guy in the inside quarter, which is going to be double tapping triangle. We're going to hit X, and then we're going to hit right on the right stick. We can shift our line. It's going to help us shoot the gap a little bit. I'll go over gap shoots here in a minute. And we're going to pass commit. Pass committing is very important. It's going to be, we're going to hit right, the right bumper, and we're going to hit up on the right stick. We're going to pass commit. That's going to help our defensive linemen shed, even though we're not sending a bunch of people at them, because we're guessing the pass, and especially on a play action pass, if you're sending a blitz, that means they're going to run at the quarterback instead of running at the running back. I like to pass commit just about every play because I have, like you guys saw at the beginning of the video, I have 3 inside stuffs, which are going to help tremendously against the run, and I have a no outsiders, which is going to help against any kind of stretch or anything like that. Now, let's let them snap the ball. And our job here is to use it in the middle of the field, make sure nothing gets open. So they're going to snap the ball. We got engaged here. And if they would have thrown that any kind of accurately, that would have been an interception. So let's go over the setup one more time, show you guys how quick I can do it. Pass commit, and let's go. Inside quarter, sorry. They're going to snap the ball. And we're going to use her this little route here. We're going to use her this, and that's completely boxed. We're going to send the spy at them, and they're going to end up gaining yards because Darren Waller is a piece. But as you guys saw there, that was bagged. If you have an acrobat on the field, manned up to this guy, it's going to be completely bagged. And if they decide to throw that deep crosser or or post anything over 20 yards, deep route KO is going to light up, and it's going to knock that pass out if you're even within a couple yards of them. You guys are going to see in the gameplay that I'm going to put in this video after this that deep route KO is going to go absolutely nuts. So, again, inside quarter this guy, and let's let them snap the ball. And our job is to use her in the middle of the field. We use her this, we use her the crosser, nothing's open, the computer is scrambling, and they're going to take a sack. That's a coverage sack. Now, they got sacked because nothing was open. He sat in the pocket too long, and that gave our defense time to shed, even though we're not sending a lot of people at the quarterback. We have a spy here in case they decide to scramble. We have Derek Carr at the helm here for them, so we can even blitz this guy. But in MUT, if you guys are playing a fast quarterback, somebody like Derrick Henry quarterback, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Steve McNair even, any of those really fast guys, you can spy somebody on the line, and if you pass commit, I promise you will shed because your user is on a blitz assignment. And since your user is on a blitz assignment, the computer is going to detect a third person blitzing, even though this guy's in a spy, and if he's not in a spy, it's going to detect a fourth person blitzing. Now you can hover over the line like this and even engage with the tackle, and what that's going to do is that's going to help them not get double teams, which is going to help your sheds even more. The pass commit is going to help your sheds, and we have great coverage on the field. Everybody's manned up that's going out on a route. It's going to be really good coverage. Let's let them snap the ball and see what happens here. See, we engage with the center. We use her this crosser route. Now that got open, but you can use her that, and in Mutt, they're not going to be able to make that read very often. As we see here, since we have that inside quarter on the field, we have a deep route. We can shade underneath even, and let's see how this looks when we shade underneath. Pass commit. Now, if you shade underneath, guys, make sure that you readjust your curl flats, because if you shade underneath, that curl flat's going to turn into a hard flat. As we see here, I shade underneath. That's going to be a hard flat, and if you shade over the top from there, those hard flats are going to turn into cloud flats. So we're going to make sure we have that curl flat readjusted. We're going to shade underneath, and let's let them snap the ball, see what happens. We engage with the center again. Shading underneath coverage is going to play a lot better. He's going to check down and lose a couple yards because that tight end's on that little delay fade. All right, let's get into a little bit of a blitz setup. Again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this guy down. We're going to pass commit. We're going to crash our defensive line out, which is going to be left on the D-pad, and we're going to slant outside. Right on the up stick, on the right stick is going to go up. Again, crash outside. We're going to put contains on the field, which is going to be double tapping the right bumper, and we're going to man this guy up to Darren Waller. We're going to bring him down right here so he plays pretty good man coverage, and Jair here is going to go into a blitz assignment. Now, if this was Mutt, obviously all your guys have deep route KOs, so it doesn't matter who goes on a blitz assignment. In our situation, we definitely want Jair over here. So when we go into some different setups, we're going to put Jair over there. That way we have our best cornerback in coverage. But for this specific scenario, he is going to be blitzing. We can recontain here. That way we have contains on the field. If they try to roll outside the pocket, he's going to be bagged. And when he snaps the ball, after you crash up, since this guy that was manned up on the running back is out on a blitz, if the running back goes out on a route, it's your responsibility to user that running back. Or Jair here. He was manned up to the running back. If you see that running back going on a route, you're going to run right to the running back. And you're sending enough people that the linemen cannot pick you up if they send 5 out, because you're sending 6 plus you're sending a user. So if the running back goes out on a route, you have to use the running back, and if the running back doesn't go out on a route, you're going to run right up the middle with your user just like this. And here they got the completed pass, but I promise you in Mutt, they're not going to be able to make that read every time. It's going to be bagged. Again, we're going to contain, pass commit. We're going to bring this guy down, man him up to Waller. We're going to put Jair on a blitz. Crash our line out. Let's let them snap the ball. We're going to run right up the middle and completely bagged. If he would have waited any longer, that would have been a sack. Absolutely would have been a sack. So one more time, we're going to go over the setup. And what this is called a green dog blitz. When you're blitzing the guy that's manned up to the running back in a zero blitz, it's a green dog blitz. And the reason it's a green dog blitz is I don't know why they call it that, but I just know that if the running back goes on a route, it's my responsibility. So again, let's let them snap the ball. This is PA boot over, and that's completely bagged. Now, let's go over a couple zone setups against the same play. We're going to, remember, we have our cloud flats on 10, and we have our curl flats on 30. Now, we know what they're running, so we're going to come out into cover 2 here. Sorry, we're going to come out into cover 2 here. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to blitz this guy right here. We're going to blitz this guy right here. We're going to put this guy on a curl flat. We're going to put this guy on an inside third. We're going to blitz our user. We're going to pass commit. Now, only do this if they're running specific route combinations. And if you're running a lot of man coverage, what they're going to have on the field, a lot, is going to be maybe a corner route on this left side, a crosser on this right side, or coming to this right side. Maybe their tight end goes on either a post route, or they go on maybe a corner route, and then you're going to have a deep post over the top. Now, none of these are going to get time to develop because you're sending so many people at them. This is a crazy blitz. Make sure you have a good user if you're going to run something like this, because you're going to have to use her a lot in the middle of the field pretty quick, but they're going to be really, really scared when they see this many people coming at them. They're probably just going to throw something, and if not, they're going to take a sack. So let's let them snap the ball. PA boot over is a perfect play against this kind of setup. Now they're going to have the check down to the tight end, but nothing's open. That's in a complete box. So again, cover 2. That's the setup. A cloud on the left, a cloud on the right, a curl on the right, and then we're going to have an inside third here. Now, obviously, if they put a streak on the left side of the field, we're going to be screwed. If they motion anybody over, we might be screwed. But we're going to hope this blitz comes in fast enough to where we don't have to worry about it, and they're going to make either a bad read and throw us a pick, or they're going to take a huge sack. Now, let's let them snap the ball. It's a little bit unfair in this situation because we know what play they're running, but a lot of times when guys come out in this formation, this is going to be exactly what they run, and they're not going to keep that little in route from the, or out route from the tight end, so you don't have to worry about that. We're going to go over the green dog one more time. We're going to go over the blitz one more time, then we're going to go against a couple different formations. Green dog, run right at the QB, and if you have strip specialist on your user like you do in Mutt, you're just going to hit right bumper as soon as you get to the quarterback, and you will get to the quarterback a lot. Trust me, you're going to get to the quarterback, and you're going to strip that ball, you're going to take it right out of his hands. So again, that time we got him pretty free, and we're going to go over our Tampa Two Blitz. This is the setup. Let's let them snap the ball. And you can hover over this guy. Your job's to use her the middle. If you hover over this guy, it's going to help us get another man in free. And we saw with the play action there, it was an instant sack. Instant sack. All right, let's go into our pretty basic defensive setup. We're going to audible to 3-5 wide again. We're going to go to Mike Blitz 3. And we're going to shade underneath, then over the top, and then we're going to put both of our outside linebackers, who are safeties, into curl flats. And this is going to be a double Mabel style coverage. That's what they call this. There is a double flats on both sides. We're going to cover 3 shell. This is a cover 3 shell, so anything to the sidelines is going to be pretty much taken away. Anything over the top, if they don't have any kind of coverage beater, is going to be taken away. And we can even deep half both of our corners, which is going to take away pretty much any kind of cover 3 beater. They're not going to be able to throw those. And basically our job here is just to be the user in the middle of the field. This is a very, very popular defensive coverage style. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. I'm sure you guys have heard about it before, but this is what a lot of people run on defense. Let's let them snap the ball and see what happens. Remember, our job is to use her the middle of the field, and we're going to use her the middle of the field just like that. They're going to check down to Waller because that's all they have open. And basically what this is going to do is anything in the middle of the field is your responsibility. Hopefully this gives you enough time to get a coverage sack. In these kind of setups, we're looking for coverage sacks. You can even shade underneath. And you can do something like this, where you come out in Mike Blitz 3 and just shade underneath off the rip. And you can use a rush right up the middle once you crash out in a zone type look. I like to do that a man more, but if guys are dumping down to the flats real quick, you want to catch them off guard. Say you put your flats on 5 and you just scream right up the middle at them. Hopefully they throw it to the running back and throw you a pick. This is super popular coverage. So let's see what happens here. We got hard flats on the field. They snap the ball, we use a rush, and they threw us an interception just like that. Now, let's get into a cover 4 look here. Something really popular out of cover 4 is, remember, we have 30-yard curl flats. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to put this guy on a curl flat. We're going to put this guy on a all right, now to cover 4, this is going to be a little bit different look. We're going to put our outside guy here. We're going to put him in a cloud flat. And we're going to put our other outside guy in a cloud flat as well. Now that's going to cover the inside of the field pretty well. And remember, we have 30-yard curl flats. Since we have 30-yard curl flats, any kind of crossers or anything to this side is going to get bagged. Now, if they have a streak to the outside, that might get open, but this is going to do a pretty good job playing it. We can even put this guy in a deep half, like this. That way we have the deep part of the field pretty covered, anything to the sideline pretty covered, and we're still sending a good amount of heat at them. So let's see what happens against this kind of a covered shell. They're going to check down to the tight end again. If they have any kind of check down routes, you can, I'll show you one more thing here. Again, this guy goes in a cloud. This guy goes in a cloud, and this outside guy is a linebacker, remember. So we can put this guy in a deep half, something like this. We can even man up Darren Waller here, or we can man somebody up like that, and you have a pretty decent coverage show here. Now let's see what happens against this. Now remember, you have safeties on the edge, so they're going to be a lot more versatile. And this is completely boxed. Most popular play in the game, completely boxed with all of our setups so far. Alright, and we're going to have them come out in flood here. We're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to put cloud flats on both sides of the field. Instead of having the curl when that deep crosser isn't a threat, in a play like flood, we're going to have clouds on both sides of the field, 15-yard zone drops. We're going to let them snap the ball. We're going to use it in the middle of the field. We're going to see what happens. So we're going to look for this backside in. They're going to have to check down to the running back. They can have a 2-yard gain all they want. If they're going to throw that all game, so be it. We put our acrobat there. We let them go crazy. We're going to get an interception eventually. Again, same setup. Let's see what happens here. And we know for flood, they're going to have an out route. They're going to have an in route. Completely bagged. Completely bagged. One more time. And they had to check down to the running back every time because nothing else is open. Now, we go into our cover 3 setup, where we use a rush here. We're going to do clouds on the field this time. We're going to see what happens. They're probably going to check down to the tight end. We're going to come right at the quarterback. They're going to check down to the tight end. And that's those blitzes like that, you're just trying to make sure that you're trying to get them to make a bad read, basically, when you're blitzing out of zone. When you're blitzing out of man, you're trying to come in free at the quarterback and hope you get there before they have any kind of route break or anything. When you're blitzing out of zone, you're trying to make them make a bad read. So again, and sack. So that's our cover 3 blitz. Let's see how our cover 3 coverage shell does out of this. We're going to deep half our outside corners because we know that there's a possibility they're going to bomb us here. Flood is actually a cover 3 beater. So let's see what happens here. Again, it's our job to use it in the middle of the field, and we could alert that. As you guys see, it's that easy. We're going to come out in our cover 2 shell here. And we're going to send this blitz at them, just like we did before. We're going to see what happens here. Check down to the tight end, but if you have your zone drop set right, that's not going to matter. That's not going to be open. We're going to go over our cover 4 look here again. We're going to have clouds on both sides. I'm just showing you who I'm clouding. I could make quick adjustments, but I just want to show you who I'm putting in a cloud. Pass commit, shade over the top. Let's see what happens here. They're going to go to the running back or the tight end, as always, and no gain there. And again, if you have any kind of ability like they do in MUT, like mid-zone KO or anything like that, it will get quick hiked by the computer. They're going to play that pretty well. They're probably not going to gain any yards. You can even go crazy and pick that. So let's go over our green dog blitz against this. We're going to bring this guy down. This guy's man up to the tight end, so we're going to bring him down here. Let's let them snap the ball. We're shading underneath for this blitz. And we're going to come in free at the quarterback. Just beautiful. As we saw, Flood is one of the best check down plays in the game out of Gun Bunch, and PA boot over is one of the best bomb plays out of Bunch tight end. Probably the 2 most meta plays in the game, and all of our setups are completely bagging them, and we're running completely different coverage shells. We're running different coverages. This is going to catch them off guard. If they're trying to make adjustments, put a different route on the field, they're not going to know if you're running man, zone, whatever. Even though we're going to operate out of man most of the game, zone is really good to mix blitzes in, and coverage shells catch them off guard. So just so you guys know, if you like to run man or zone, all these plays are options for you. And the reason we run 3-3-5 wide is because it's going to allow us to have the safeties on the edge. One, they're going to be 99 speed. They're going to be super versatile. We can rush the passer, and they can come in free, screaming off the edge if they need to. Or we can zone them out into coverage, and they're going to play excellent coverage. They're going to animate on any kind of pass plays. So, again, let's go for our green dog blitz here against Flood. We're going to shade underneath. See if we can scream again. We crashed out. And we did scream, they had to throw it away. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my setups. You saw how I ran my zone and man coverage. You saw how I blitzed, how I user rushed, what kind of zone drops I had on the field, what kind of coverage shells I had, different blitzes. We were bagging the most meta plays in the game with all of our coverage shells. Now let's take this into some gameplay and see how this fares against a really, really good top 100 player. He's going to be King Levels. I've played him a bunch of times, so I know how he plays. It's going to give me a little bit of an advantage, but he knows how I play too. Let's hop right into some gameplay, see how these setups work, and how this game goes. Alright, we're going to see our top 3 here. We're rocking Rich Gannon, and we're going to be playing King Levels. This is his top 3, and this is also a top 100 Weekend League player, just in case you guys were wondering. We're going to just show a couple plays on offense when we score, nothing too important. But here we're going to get the bomb off. We're going to find Devontae Adams on a nice little dot, score pretty early. He's going to get the ball. And I know he runs Raiders playbook, so I'm expecting him to operate out of that. So we're expecting a lot of bunch tight end and a lot of bunch. Exactly what you guys saw in the setups, we're going to be running the same kind of things here. Hoping to get some stops on this guy, so let's see what happens as we make our adjustments. We're going to put all the right subs in. We're going to set our flats on 15, our curls on 30, and we're going to set our audibles here in a few. But we're going to start out in man coverage. As you guys know, we're going to have deep route KOs on all our cornerbacks. We're going to have 5 corners on the field at all times. And we bring our guy down, just like I showed you in the ebook part of the video. And he's going to start off running the ball. We see our inside stuffs went crazy. He tried to juke us, didn't work. And he's going to get about 3 yards. He's going to be audibling from bunch to bunch tight end a lot. As you guys see here, he does this pretty much every play. He comes out in bunch and audibles to bunch tight end. So expect a lot of that. I'm not going to show it every single time. But here, we get underneath that route. We were trying to send a little blitz at him. It didn't work. And we make a really nice user lurk. We came underneath the route just enough to animate on it. we took the perfect angle on the route, and we're going to end up actually throwing an interception on that drive, unfortunately. But we see the green dog blitz here. We're setting our outside corner that's manned up to the running back at the quarterback, and we're going to try to come in free with the user rush here. We do come in free with the user rush. He actually sent the running back out. We didn't user him, but he didn't make the read fast enough, so we're going to get the sack. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 19. We're feeling pretty good early, even though we're only up 6-0. Here, he's going to run the ball. Inside stuff went crazy. He got outside. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. It's still going to be 3rd and long. Let's see what happens here. He's going to audible to bunch tight end again. Now, he's not going to operate at a bunch tight end the whole game, but a lot of the game he is. Here, we're just going to try to scream at him. We noticed he was sending out 5 a lot, and we actually get to the quarterback. We swerved around the running back on our user blitz there. That's going to bring up a big 4th down early. We're going to try to get the ball back and take a bigger lead here. As we see, he's going to come out in bunch. I'm expecting him to run flood right here. 3rd and 4th and long. That is a super meta setup there. But as we see, he comes out and bunch and audibles to bunch tight end. So I'm going to put Billy Johnson there in a hook, and hopefully he plays that pretty well. Our user is really good, and he is going to get picked off. Revis makes a huge play on that crosser. We had a deep route KO, so if we would have caught it, probably would have got knocked out anyways. And we see here on our following drive, it's 3rd and 4. We're going to smart route that post, but it doesn't matter because Vernon Davis with route tech is going to torch his man, and we're going to get into the end zone, take a 14-0 lead. And we see here again, he's audibling to bunch tight end. We are trying to send a little bit of a blitz at him. Our corner's going to follow him. This guy on the crosser that he motioned over is actually going to come free. He's not going to be manned up because he motioned it over and messed us up a little bit. Here, I'm pretty sure we are operating out of zone a little bit, trying to scream at him. Yep. Just like the setup I showed you guys in the video. Let's see how this does here. And you saw our user was really good there. We took the crossers away. He couldn't quick throw them. That's going to be a huge sack. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. And as you guys can see, the exact same setups that we went over in the video are going to be on full display here, as he's going to try to bomb us, and his deep in elite or deep out elite, whatever he had on Randy Moss, is the reason that he caught that ball. If he wouldn't have had that, it would definitely have gotten knocked out. Here, he just overthrows that ball. McNair does that sometimes. That's why I got rid of him. Should have been an interception. It literally hit our user in the stomach, and I pressed Y, but I didn't get the catch. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. We're going to try to play a little bit of coverage, and we're going to have to user this guy again. Here, he throws the crosser, tried to pass lead it up, but it didn't work. We got the knockout. Because of our route KOs, as you can see, the route KOs are just going absolutely nuts. They're going to save you time and time again when you run man coverage. If you're running man coverage and you don't have route KOs, I promise you, you're not running man coverage right. It is the best man coverage ability in the game. I know one step is good, but the route KOs will save your behind over and over again. As we can see there, we get the pressure in, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 10. He's going to audible to bunch tight end again, and he's going to run PA boot over with the angle route. And we see that our 15-yard curl flat, or hard flat, played that absolutely perfectly. We shaded underneath there. Here, we get the ball back, and we just air truck our way into the end zone with Derrick Henry. It's going to be a huge lead. And remember, guys, this is no scrub. This is a top 100 weekend league player. He's actually really good. We just play really good defense in this game. But I promise you guys, this is no scrub. I know it kind of seems like it right now, but he's not. He's really good. As he throws a pretty covered read there. He was trying to get the post, the smart route post. He's running a bunch trail, just trying to get something open. Here, he's going to run flood, and he's going to have a little fade route there that he pass led outside, and our deep route KO is going to go crazy again. Like I said, guys, deep route KO, it's the best ability in the game for man coverage. Honestly, on defense, it probably is the best ability for current gen. Deep route KO is going to be nuts. Here, he got the play off. We didn't get pressure in, so he's going to find the little drag route on PA boot over, and that's going to be a first down for him. But he's only got 45 seconds to operate. We feel pretty good about where we're at. We're up 22-0. I believe I believe he gets the ball at halftime, but I'm not too worried about it. Here, same thing. He had that little fade route, but our deep route KO, as we see there, is going to get a little speed boost there towards the end of the play. When he pass leads that up, we get enough time to get that little speed boost, and that speed boost is going to lead to a knockout every time. If you get that animation, you get the speed boost, you're getting a knockout. There, we send a little green dog blitz again, and we get some pressure in. It's going to cause an incompletion. Here is going to be 3rd and 10, big 3rd and 10, about 34 seconds left in the half. If he doesn't score here, I feel really confident about where I'm at. See, I had that guy in an inside third. He's going to flip his bunch, so we have to readjust. We do get it off, though, and he tries to throw the corner route. Sean Taylor is going to be there. It's going to be another huge interception. At this point, we feel like we pretty much won this game, but I do want to show you guys the rest of this game because I want you to see how I run my defense. As we see here, with 6 seconds left in the half, we're going to go to dollar. It's going to give us better coverage, and we're going to get better sheds out of dollar with a 3-man pass rush. I also can put my linebacker in inside third, and I like that so I don't get bombed. Here, I'm going to man the running back up with Billy Johnson, the D tackle, who is going to initially blitz, and then as soon as the running back makes his break on that angle route, he's going to break with the running back. As you guys can see here, that is just a crazy setup. It could have been lurked. He thought he was blitzing, and he had no idea what was happening. He had absolutely no idea. He thought that was a wide open running back, and it turned out that he was not wide open. There, he's just going to throw a little check down on the wheel route to end the half, and he's going to get the ball to start the second half. He's going to flip his bunch, and we're going to try to send this little cover one shell blitz at him. As we can see here, nothing's going to get open. Sean Taylor lit up. Could have definitely played that with Acrobat. That could have been an interception. Our 10-yard flats are going absolutely nuts. Here, we're going to run a little bit of zone again, I believe. Same kind of setup for this blitz. He's going to run the ball, and he's going to lose a yard. It's going to bring up a big 3rd and 7. If he doesn't convert this, the game is pretty much over. We're audibling around figuring out what we want to do, and I believe, yeah, we come out in the cover 2 shell again. Can we get our adjustments off? We can, because he had to motion a guy. We man somebody up here too to take away the crosser, and he had no idea what kind of defense I was playing there. That was just crazy play art. He thought he had that little post open, but that was not open. Our user was all over it. Our next set of downs, we're going to throw a nice little bomb to Davante Adams. That's going to give us a 28-0 lead here coming in on the end of the 3rd quarter. About a minute left. He's going to run flood. That little fade route again, and it's going to get knocked out. Mike Haynes going crazy with deep route KO. As you guys can see, deep route KO time and time again is saving us from touchdowns being let up. And I promise you, if you guys run that ability, it will do the exact same thing for you. He's just going to throw up this fade again, pass leading it inside, and it's not going to be open. I'm not shading underneath, I'm shading over the top. If you shade underneath, sometimes you're going to get torched with that fade. I don't recommend shading underneath unless you're either blitzing or it's in a specific situation, like inside the red zone. It's okay to shade underneath with hard flats. That way they're going to get those crazy press animations, and it's going to mess up their routes a little bit. Give your pressure a little bit of time to kick in. Here, we saw he accidentally hit the button and quick threw the pass on 3rd down. That's going to bring up a 4th and 10. We have the same play art that we had a couple plays ago where he threw an interception, and he's going to throw the bunch trail route to the tight end. He threw it right at us. I got caught a little off guard. My user was lacking a little bit. I didn't think he would throw that, but that should have been a pick 6 too. Here we're going to go back to man, and as you guys can see, we're mixing it up a lot. He doesn't know what we're running when we're running certain plays. That was a nice little dot there on the flood route. He's going to find Davante Adams on the out route because we were trying to blitz him and we didn't have our cloud there like we usually would. So 1st and 10. This is going to be the start of the 4th quarter. He's going to audible to gun tight here, and we're going to do the same thing that we were doing before. We're going to actually play double flat man coverage on the right side because we have Billy Williams manned up to the running back. As we can see, he keeps flipping the running back around, but it doesn't matter because our D tackle is manned up to him. If he goes on an angle route or anything like that, you guys saw before, Billy Williams absolutely bagged it. As we can see here, he goes on a little check and release route, throws a super risky ball at us. Sean Taylor has Acrobat there for 1 AP, and he definitely could have animated there. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. The clock's ticking. I feel pretty good about this. I just don't want to give up any big plays. So I'm going to try to user anything over the top here. We get a pass interference. He threw the ball right at us again. That should have been a lurk. He doesn't know what we're running on defense. He's super flustered. He has no idea what he's going to see every play. And that's exactly what we want to see. We want our opponent to feel off balance all the time. As we can see here, this is just an absolute box. There is nothing open. We had a couple hooks there out of the cover 2 shell. We had a deep half on the left and an inside third. In the middle, just the curl flat and the cloud flat on the right. That's beautiful play art there. If you guys want to pause the video and take note, please do. As we get all our adjustments off here, just barely. Again, he's in a box. That should have been an interception.